So I was walking this morning, still am, obviously beautiful Arizona, and I was walking with my beloved and we got into an argument. I said something that I really shouldn't have said, and my beloved said, well, I'm turning around and walking back now. I don't appreciate what you said, how you said it. My response was, okay, enjoy your walk. And I walked one way, she walked the other way. So I've been thinking a little bit. And about 20-30 minutes passed, I thought, I need to apologise for what I said. So I sent her a voice note, waited a few moments, and called her. Apologised for what I said, and we got to the core of what was really unravelling for both of us. The disagreement, the argument, right? And so what I pose to you is this, is life's too fucking short to worry about shit that just weighs us down, that's dense, right? Like arguments with people, feeling self-righteous, being stuck in ego. This is old stuff, usually amplifying the present moment tension. And if we take a moment to breathe and just really think about what's important to us, the key relationships in our lives, the way we want to choose to feel, what's holding you back in life? Where are you being weighed down? Where are you feeling and thinking that you're not good enough or you're not enough or you're holding a grudge against someone and you're not letting that go? You're living with that 24/7. So I stayed with that tension for 20-30 minutes. Was it too long? Was it too short? Depends what you're comparing it to. I don't know. But I stayed with that and I thought, I don't want to be in tension with the person that sees me the most in this world. I don't want to be in tension with someone that I care about deeply. I don't want to continue that. And so we need to get out. In past relationships, I would just, I'd be horrific. I would just hold on to grudges. I would then make that mean that I'm not enough. I would then project that not enoughness and that lack of worthiness, that low sense of self-worth onto others, onto my partners particularly, and I would blame them and I would make their lives hell by being silent or avoiding them or being mean or shutting down, what we call stonewalling. And that's one of the killers. John Gottman's work is the Four Horsemen, or some of his work, and that's one of the 4 killers of relationships, that stonewalling. So I thought to myself, I don't want to stonewall this time. I want to break this pattern. I want to move out of this pattern into a new pattern. What would that look like? That would look like taking ownership and responsibility of how I was behaving, taking ownership and responsibility of the things that I said, and absolutely expressing my truth as well, sharing my position, not to place myself above Christine or to make myself feel good, but to help her understand from a calmer, grounded way so that she feels safe and stable and is actually hearing what I'm saying and what my truth is, as opposed to being offended by the way I'm speaking or me being emotionally heightened. I'm ethnic, I'm Greek Italian, I'm very passionate sometimes. That's no excuse for communicating the way I do, but for some people it can be a little overwhelming. And it's not about morphing myself or changing who I am or any of that, or distorting my expression. It's more about being mindful of other people. And so, why am I sharing this with you today? I want to come back to this. What are you not letting go of? What's weighing you down? What's heavy for you right now? Where do you lack confidence in taking action on what's important to you because you think you're not good enough? Where are you holding grudges against people that you love and care about? I work with so many clients, and so many of these individuals have not spoken to their loved ones for years and years. And it hurts them, it leaves a hole in their heart. And what we do is, when we have these holes in our hearts, we seek validation, we seek love, we seek pleasure, whether it be in food, in sex, in pornography, in drugs, in a quick purchase, in status acquisition, in material wealth, whatever it may be. We seek these short-term gratification modalities to help us feel better about ourselves, but we exhaust them so quickly. They are so short-lived because they're not really addressing that core wound. And so when I really started to observe, why am I acting like this? Why am I snapping at Christine? Why am I being angry and upset at her? Why am I not owning this? Why am I being triggered? What it was that I wasn't feeling appreciated. Now, whether or not that was true or not, and it wasn't true for her, she was coming from her own overwhelm. And me not feeling appreciated was triggering old stuff, old father stuff for me, right? And I just got out of teaching a workshop, Fit for Service. We did a day there, Christine and I. A lot of what we spoke to was inner child wounding and the masculine-feminine dynamic. And in that moment, I went into that little boy that wasn't feeling protected. I went into that little boy that wasn't feeling connected and feeling disregarded and not seen. And I projected my father and even my mother onto Christine, and I got offended, and so I reacted, I didn't respond. And it's in these nuances of the way that we interact with each other and ourselves that we can make some shifts and changes and stop repeating the same old patterns that just don't serve us anymore. And I projected my father onto her, and so I snapped and I became reactive, right? You know, we often teach what we need to learn the most, yeah? And so we made up pretty quick in the sense that we got to the core of it and we looked at it. And she looked at her stuff, and that's not for me to say. But I want to speak to my stuff here. I didn't want to keep bringing that. I don't want to keep bringing that into relationship. Any relationship, whether it's with my wife, whether it's with my future children, whether it's with my closest friends, the people that I serve, it just doesn't matter. We don't want to keep bringing that into, we don't want to keep bringing the past. Look how beautiful this is, by the way. We don't want to keep bringing the past into the present. And so my invitation to you is to look at where those big holes in your hearts are. And don't plug them with short-term quick fix gratification. It doesn't work. It's short-lived. The intention is so important. Material wealth, doing great things in the world and being recognized for them. Sex, food, it's amazing, it's beautiful. We need more pleasure in our lives. We need a lot more pleasure in our lives. But the come from is so important. And you know what I would have normally done? Would have ignored the conversation, maybe would have apologized later. I'm talking about years ago, right? And I would have filled my mind and my body with short-term gratification. Pornography, masturbation, food, adrenaline, whatever it may be. Sex, distraction. We keep distracting ourselves from healing. We're never going to heal. We're never going to feel whole. Healing is feeling wholeness. It's recognizing that we are whole. It's not thinking that we are fractured and fragmented. And all of this is so interconnected. All of this defines who we are. All of this unattended to, unresolved trauma, wounding, pain, fears that we have, they continue to feed into our current relationships. I think the opportunity that we all have is to move well beyond that by being more present in the present moment. That's why I do my best to do that as often as I can. I don't always get it right, but I think I got it okay this time. And hey, we learn. we create a new neuronal synaptic connection. We create a new neuronal pathway. We set a new neural mapping in our brain, and we begin to change a little bit behaviorally, neurologically, emotionally, relationally. We start to think and feel a little differently. So I don't know, they're my thoughts for today.